how sometimes the good members of the council misrepresent and misinterpret the role of SACE. I've given you the issue of the registration certificate, which I will touch on it when I deal with the role of registration. I've given you, for instance, the relationship between SACE, the council, and educators, and the role of SACE vis-a-vis the role of the employer, which is the Department of Basic Education, and the structure where discussions around conditions of employment are being taken care of. Now, many a times, yes, there's a thin line, but many a times there's a confusion amongst the profession as to who is responsible for what. So I'm hopeful that when we come to the end of this journey, you will then be having a better understanding that you can take back to the colleagues, take back to your neighbor if it's the teacher, and start engaging. Now the presentation, colleagues, is going to give you a brief historical background. Where are we coming from? Why are we having SACE today in the country? We are going to look at the legislative context, and we are going to emphasize the point that SACE exists because of the Act of Parliament. It's not a thumbs-up structure that is coming from nowhere. There was a very intensive engagement that ultimately led to the SACE Act. And I will share with you, as I was saying, I'm looking at your vision, mission, and values, and you will see the similarities. Now, if you live as members of PAU, if you live according to these values, by far it means you are meeting the expectation of SACE as a council. And then I'm going to show you that SACE is teachers and teachers are SACE. Not learners, eh? SACE is teachers and teachers are SACE. And I'm saying SACE is not learners. Learners, there's your courses, there's whatever. But the jurisdiction of the council are teachers. You can only deal with teachers. In particular, it deals with teaching as a profession. And you will understand as I will be tweaking and peeling the whole thing as to why do we say that. Then we will then talk of the SACE mandate. Now, pre-1994, those of you who participated in the mass democratic movement during the time of your National Education Crisis Committee that was led by different unions, trying to stabilize teaching as a profession, because at some point around your 1983, 1984, schools were used as the battlefield for politics. Both teachers and learners were engaged largely in politics. Some of you learned politics during that particular time because you had teachers who were activists who started to conscientize you. Now, in order to stabilize, there was a document that was introduced that led to the establishment of the ELRC Act. The document was called Ready to Govern Policies, a yellow book. And SACE was listed as a public entity in that particular document. That there's a need to establish a public entity. 1994 to the...
Yeah, may I check with you? Are we going to be favored with copies of this presentation?
Yeah, we will leave the presentation with the secretary or the organizers of the event. Then they will be able to share it with your good self. And if by any chance, because you've got a copy here in the book, if you have details, in an event you don't get it, then you can check with whatever. Well, sometimes you send the document to a large number of people. Others they receive, others they don't. So you can make a follow-up. But I will also share with you my details so that if you don't get it, you are able to make a follow-up so that I can send it to you. Now, between 1994, when the new dispensation came into power, to 1999, I'm not going to take you through all this, but my interest will be to demonstrate to you that one of the legislations that were introduced was the NEPA, the National Education Policy Act. which actually guided the process of establishing the North African